They gently splash down somewhere off the Florida Panhandle into the Gulf of Mexico. Followed all that, Chris?
That is going to be so cool.
I think so.
That's going to be really, I mean, I'm a space nerd. I loved all the Apollo missions. So that's going to be very reminiscent of the Apollo splashdowns. But they would splash down in the Pacific where you have a big body of water. I didn't realize they were going to be splashing down in the Gulf of Mexico. It's possible they could end up in Lake Pontchartrain. Possible. I don't know. We just hope Isaias is gone before. Well, it's Isaias, my producer's saying Isaias. Isaias is in the Atlantic, not the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, that's why they're landing in the Gulf. Oh, the producer. Christina's talking to me. You thought I was just having a conversation with nobody? That is very possible. I just realized I'm having a conversation and I'm on television right now. Let's take a look at what's happening outside at the moment. 82 degrees, still very warm outside, but if you're with us in earlier newscasts, I'd mentioned the dew points really have not been awful today. We were in the upper 60s and low 70s. And in fact, our heat indices during the afternoon were not in the triple digits. Still feels like 88 degrees, but you know what? Tomorrow's August 1st, so this is about what you'd expect. Light winds out of the west at around 6 miles an hour. We're in the 70s and 80s outside at the moment. Aside from the metro area and up in Slidell, most spots are dropping into the 70s and maybe near 80, 81 degrees to start the day tomorrow. 95 was our high today, but we had a lot of sunshine and no rain. The only rain that we finally saw was up on the North Shore, and that didn't last for very long. With us earlier again, a line of strong storms were moving across central Louisiana, and models, I will say very accurate, had indicated that most of that would be dissipating, and in fact, that is exactly what it did. The only shower activity kind of briefly across northern Tangi and then weakened before it really got farther into Washington Parish. Now, our rain chances will be increasing tomorrow and Sunday as a front is going to be moving into the area. Don't get too excited. It's August 1st tomorrow, and we're not going to see that actually move through. But there are hints that maybe another front, which will trigger about a 30% chance of rain early next week, middle of next week, may actually move through and bring us maybe a slight drop in humidity. Doesn't look like this one is going to do that. Upper level energy, you can kind of see that spin right here. That's lifting away, but it did help to push at least a front into the area, and that's going to be the focus for more showers and storms over the weekend. Now notice the activity has already ended, but we'll likely see some development thanks to this instability in the atmosphere during the afternoon hours tomorrow as well as on into Sunday. Not a washout, but certainly could see a few isolated downpours here and there. We already looked at Hurricane Isaias. Again, looks like it's getting better or stronger, not better organized, but it's already organized, but a big flare up of thunderstorms. What's also very interesting and maybe kind of keeping this a little bit weaker, because when you see the thunderstorms near the center, you would expect that the winds would have started to increase, but they're still at 80 miles an hour. You got another big flare up of thunderstorms, kind of somewhat unassociated. So maybe it's kind of drawing away some of the energy that's preventing this from rapidly intensifying. Just kind of interesting when you look at it on its own, very impressive, but then this huge flare up of storms that are well off to the east of the center. Interesting to see how that plays with the actual center of the storm. It's still expected to intensify, could easily be a Category 2 as it gets very near the coast of South Florida. Making landfall, still very much an unknown. However, what's interesting is both the Euro and the GFS are both indicating that the storm will be moving inland, and then if that is the case, would be weakening as it pushes up toward the Carolinas. The winds likely also have been increasing, or I should say the likelihood of experiencing tropical storm force winds has been increasing, as it may be that the storm is going to get a little bit closer to the coast or possibly move inland. Very quickly, Tropical Depression 10, these are the Cabo Verde Islands, and then here's the coast of Africa. The storm is in between those two. Satellites were not able to find strong winds with this, so they have maintained its strength as a depression. And notice the forecast altered slightly is that it is not now forecasted to become a tropical storm. On top of all of that, we have another tropical wave, a 30% chance of developing in the next 3 to 5 days. It does not look like that one is going to form. As we head into the next few days, we're not worrying about the tropics. That's a nice way to start August. We'll have some scattered showers this weekend, a little bit drier on Monday. Then, as I mentioned, with another front approaching, it may increase our rain chances again by the middle of next week.